All right, so it's Robert Allen, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I am passionate about helping others create wealth through real estate. I am literally about 20 feet inside of the city limits for the city of South Fulton. And I'm going to start something new. I'm going to start doing some neighborhood tours, letting people know about different neighborhoods and different sides of town. You know, Kennesaw is not Atlanta. Peachtree City is not Atlanta. They're about an hour apart. But just to get things started, I just entered into the city of South Fulton. I'm going to start with some subdivisions here, and I'm going to take you on a tour down Enon Rd and give you a preview of some of the neighborhoods that I will be doing tours of. So for people looking to move, or for people that are not familiar with Atlanta, coming to Atlanta and where the players play. Let's see if I can turn, because this is a great start to Enon. Oop. Don't want to miss that house. So you can see that there are some estate style homes in the Enon area, or on Enon Rd. And then you can see in the back there, they are building in a gated community. It's a gated community. It was previously a John Wheeland, so those houses up on the hill, that was previously a John Wheeland community, gated, going for 800 to 1.2 million. Pulte bought out John Wheeland, and what ended up happening is Pulte ended up selling to another builder. So they're building probably starting in the fives. You see that home there on the basement up on the hill. So that's going to be a great community for people that are looking for something gated and off Enon Rd. But like I said, Enon has some nice subdivisions. So this is LeGrand, the first one. So I'll get the code and we'll go in there. It's gated. I'll show you around. You'll see the difference between the $1 million homes and the non-$1 million homes. Here, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to turn the camera around. There's a house there that once tried to sell for $800,000 on about 10 acres right there. But then we have that. I actually showed it to a client, and the seller was a little crazy. Let me see if I can just pull over, because this is something everybody knows about on Enon. It's not letting me show you guys. It's on about 20 acres, and there we go. It's on about 20 acres. It's a 16,000 square foot property. Someone had the great idea to build it. I think it's ugly. And they were not able to complete it. It's been sitting vacant for years. Then we have, if I had my son doing this gimbal, he'd be good, because your boy is struggling. But this is the first video, so I'll get better. Then these homes right here, I believe Dwight Howard had bought these or built these for his parents at one point. And they've since sold or whatnot, but these are very nice homes here too. All right, we're gonna continue our tour. So this car passes down Enon. So there are some homes not in subdivisions. Coming up here on the left, there are two homes. Let me put it to the left a little bit. Aim it over there. So there's one home that's kind of a whack gate. There's another home, a more established gate. There was a lot to the left that is for sale if you want to build an estate style home. But then we come through and we have a few homes that are kind of older homes mixed in between here. So we're on the north end of Enon. Enon is a road, it deads in where I turned, right where the city of South Fulton begins, butting up against the city of Atlanta. And then we'll go down to the other end where it dead ends again into Stonewall Tail. This is maybe 15 minutes from the airport, 15 to 20 minutes from downtown. The main high school for this area we're driving through is Westlake. Coming up here on the left is a home I got my clients into a really good deal I'm happy about, because they've made a lot of money off of it, but they turned it into a rental. This house here on the left on the corner sold that, helped them get into something off market. Coming up as well here on the left, let me see if I can turn it a little bit more, but that big old house, a pastor owns that. He got that as a foreclosure. One of my contractors helped him renovate it. On the left is going to be a neighborhood. They had a ton of activity in this neighborhood last year. Barrington Trace, things going for over $500,000. 3 and 4 side brick homes. You might not be able to see it, or actually no, it's time to turn the camera towards the left. Coming up, there's a subdivision called Wolf Creek. They're probably going for over 400 now. And you know, when I do that tour, I will you know, have all the stats and include links that if anybody wants to see what's actively on the market in those subdivisions. So 3 and 4 side brick homes, some brick front homes. I'm not a fan of some of the floor plans in there. They basically have, you know, higher end split foyer looking things, but some of the homes in there are pretty nice. We're coming up here on Camp Creek. Camp Creek is a direct exit off of 285. It's one of the ways you can take to get to the airport. It's very convenient to Woodward Academy. There are several families that live here. We'll cover historic College Park, but it's hard to get your 5,000 to 10,000 square foot home in College Park. Actually impossible now to build anything over 3,800 square feet. You have to get special permission and all that other kind of good stuff. So if you want an estate style home, this is the probably best and closest area if your kids go to Woodward Academy. Or let's say you work at Porsche or Delta and you want to be very convenient and you want a nicer home at a better value, this is the area you're going to want to live in. And Enon is one of the premier streets that you're going to want to live off of. So as this light turns green, we're going to go to the second half of Enon Road. There's 4 main subdivisions. We have Wolf Creek Trace, Regency Oaks, which is where I live, and we have I can't remember the name of it, but it's gated, actually done by the same builder who built my home, and that is going to be coming up. But before we get to it, we do have the amphitheater that's going to be on the left. So Wolf Creek Amphitheater, if you like live music, all that kind of good stuff, is a great place to live. You'll sometimes see people walking up and down Enon Road to get to their concert. I think the first subdivision is going to be on the right, but also on the right you'll be able to see that we have golf course. So behind the golf course, there's some really nice homes. Cannon Ridge, 600,000, 4-side brick, full basement, all that kind of good stuff over back there. But it's a little bit of the golf course. Make sure no one's behind me. Yeah, so we've got behind the brushes over there, a little bit of the golf course, and swinging back over here, we have the entry to the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. We also have a pretty nice library. The Wolf Creek Library is coming up here on the left. Don't worry guys, I got a hand-free gimbal and a whole little setup, but you can see the landscaping's nicer. There's a little barn, there's a walking trail, but over there is the Wolf Creek Library. One of the subdivisions we'll be doing a tour of, this is the first of 4 on this south end of Enon. You can see a little bit of the golf course here. They do have homes on the golf course, and I'll actually pull in for a little bit, but this is Wolf Creek. Very nice homes, very good quality homes. They're not going to have some of the larger plans that, let's say, Regency Oaks has, and is it Legends? I don't know. I'm actually going to drive by and take a look at what the 4th one is, but very nice quality homes. And you might have some that get to 4,000 square feet, maybe a little bit larger if they're on a finished basement. but 3,000, 3,500 square feet homes, brick front. You can tell they look very nice. Some people, depending upon where you grew up and what part of Atlanta you're on, you wouldn't expect to see this type of stuff in South Fulton, but that's why I'm going to start with South Fulton. I'll hit other areas throughout Metro Atlanta, but really want to expose people to this, because those homes over there, the value that you can get, the amount of home that you can get, it far succeeds what you can do on other sides of town for the same amount of money. We do have, it's not in the frame, but a really nice home to the right, and to the left someone's building a custom home, one off. And then there's some older ranches. Let's get you over here. So this is a D.R. Horton community, Wolf Creek Chase, that recently finished, maybe a year, 2 years ago. Got some homes in a basement, similar square footage to Wolf Creek. We've got this interesting house here. It's got a pond and all that kind of stuff, and then there's somebody's farm land coming up here on the left. Sometimes, depending on what they have going on, they have sheep out front, and you'll see the nice trees that they have, and it's a long driveway. Little farmland they got going on. And so the next subdivision we're going to come across is Regency Oaks. So Regency Oaks was a John Wheeland community. There is a street that D.R. Horton purchased, and you know, they finished the home, but I'll show a quick example of what goes on in Regency Oaks. You have homes between 4 and the mid 5s in here. Beautiful, beautiful clubhouse entry. And this first house on the right just sold. I need to look and see, because I think it literally just sold. See what it went for. I'm thinking it was going to be over $450. But that home right there in the frame is was a D.R. Horton home that sold. And then this one right here just sold, over 4,000 square feet on an unfinished basement. A massive master. I sold this floor plan in a different part of South Fulton a few months ago, and that master, it sold it. But then you come look here and you see what the John Wheeland homes look like. So some people prefer the John Wheeland homes, say that they're more quality and all that other kind of stuff. But the main difference is that that home I sold you that just sold, being on a basement over 4,000 square feet, not as many of the John Wheeland homes are large or have that modern floor plan that's very open. One of the homes I sold in here, it's got a keeping room, living room, kitchen, dining area, and it's all one big open room. That was the D.R. Horton home. This home just hit the market right there. So just, you know, I'll do a full tour, give you full stats, let you know everything there is to know about this neighborhood, Regency Oaks, and the others. This is my first time doing a drive-through tour, and this is where we're going to focus on and what we're going to start with. They've got a very nice pool here. There's a gym inside the clubhouse. Tennis courts. That's the former model home right there. And as you can see, 2 tennis courts, basketball courts. And you don't see this often. That's what I wanted to show you. You got to slide. Of course, my son hated when COVID was going on and the pool is closed, but we'll get through it. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do, actually that's my wife driving by. The next thing we're going to do is, forgive me, I couldn't remember the name of the 4th subdivision off of Enon Rd. Larger homes, most of them on a full basement. A lot of people have come through and finished those basements. And gated community. Not many homes come up for sale. I wouldn't be surprised if something did. It got mid sixes for it, just because it's a larger square footage. It's gated, built by D.R. Horton. Legend Oaks, not okay. Yeah, I was right. I think I said Legend Oaks, but this is gated community, their clubhouse. turning lane, guys. Don't worry, I'm being safe. Pull in here and finish the video. So that's going to be 4 subdivisions that we start with. We've got Regency Oaks, we've got Legend Oaks, we've got Wolf Creek, and then Wolf Creek Trace. That will be the first tour, focusing off of Enon. And you can kind of see how nice this subdivision is. Looked at a home over here. Wasn't a fan of the floor plan of the particular one we looked at, but it's a nice community. And you can see how nice they've got things going. So, switch this around. All right. Come here. Get in the frame on me. There we go. All right. So, I want to welcome you guys to following me. If I can turn this big old truck around. Welcome you guys to follow me and stay tuned for more tours and more information about living in Metro Atlanta and getting to know some of the subdivisions in different parts of town. You can see here, South Fulton has a lot to offer. We're focusing off of Enon, and the four subdivisions on the south end of Enon is what we're doing first. We'll hit the other gated one that had the $1 million homes. And then Wind Creek, we'll hit that subdivision as well. So that's six really nice Barrington Trace, 7 really nice subdivisions right off of Enon Rd. 15 minutes from the airport, 15-20 minutes from downtown. Tons of food, shopping, all that kind of good stuff. I've been a licensed real estate agent since 2002, so I've been doing this a very long time. And actually, more than half my life been selling real estate, but even longer than that. My whole family's been in the real estate market since the 70s. Realtors. My mother was pregnant with me when she was studying for her broker's license. So from before I got here, I've been studying real estate. And I have tons of knowledge and information inside of me, especially about the city that I love or the metropolitan area that I love. And what you sometimes find is, you know, some people think they want to live in a certain neighborhood or live in a certain place, but it's good to know and have a conversation with someone who knows different parts of town to be able to tell you the advantages, disadvantages. I've lived on the north side in Buckhead. Grew up on the east side. I live on the southwest side now. And, you know, hey, love to talk to you about real estate. And if you know anyone looking to move here, or you yourself are looking for an opportunity to move, or you're just curious and like real estate, I'll show you some nice houses. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay in touch. I'll start to get these things edited and get better at doing these videos so that you can enjoy them more. But I made a commitment that I was going to do this, and didn't have a lot of time to plan because I made that commitment just the other day. And said I was going to do it on Thursday. So today is a Thursday. It's the first Thursday of the year. So get things started off right. I'll come up with a name for this tour, but right now you're riding with Robert. I don't know. What do you think? Riding with Robert.